What's good is Postman, liveoffbeats.com. Real quick, man, I got some phenomenal news for you. If you're trying to get to that next level, selling beats online, you're trying to get to that next level, trying to break out, you say, I'm feeling kind of stuck, Postman. How do I get there? How do I get there from here? Well, check this out. First of all, man, let me tell you something. The Beat Stars and My Flashlight Player released their numbers for March. Oh my God, can you believe that on the Beat Stars player alone, the smaller player, they said that they did over $800,000 in beat sales just in March. And My Flashlight Player, I know, did over $1.2 million according to their numbers on the website. So that's over $2 million producers made in March just on two players. Now, that doesn't count PayPal and, you know, selling beats, SoundClick, all that type of stuff. That's just on those two players alone. So there's millions of dollars being made every single month, man, selling beats online. So when people say, man, artists ain't buying beats, well, the numbers say different. They buying all kind of beats. So out of $2 million in March alone, how much of that did you get? I mean, realistically, I mean, if you just want to make a couple of thousand a month, I mean, that's nothing now compared to where the market is today. Now, when I started, I mean, probably $10,000 in a month probably was made all together in everybody's beat sales. Now we're up to $2 million and plus. It's probably more close to $3 to $4 million because it's not counting exclusive sales and all the sales on other players and independent websites and PayPal and stuff like that. So if it included that, it'd probably be closer to $3 to $4 million. But actual numbers that we got, you know, from the horse's mouth that we can verify, it's over $2 million worth of beats was sold in March. So I said, might close $3 to $4 million. Now, you might be wondering, Post, what's it have to do with me? Well, listen, you got to know what's your next level. You understand what I'm saying? Are you selling a couple beats here and there every month and you're trying to get to a stable $3,000 to $4,000 a month? Are you already making a stable $3,000 to $4,000 a month or $2,000 to $3,000 a month? You said, okay, now I got to get to, you know, $10,000 to $15,000 a month in beat sales. Or maybe you're already making $10,000 and $15,000. You said, okay, I got to get to $50,000. So you got to understand what's your next level. Where are you at right now? And then where are you trying to get to? See, if you got to identify those two, you already got half the battle won. You understand what I'm saying? Most people, most producers, they don't know where they at. And they don't know where they're going. And they just keep going around in circles thinking that one day I'm going to get somewhere one day. I'm saying, look, I'm going to tell you how life works. It's very simple. Servo mechanism, you can look that up later on if you want to, you know, verify what I'm talking about. But anyways, all it means is that you got to know where you're at and you got to know where you're going, and the mind will get us there. You understand what I'm saying? So here's a few tips that I can give you to get there. First of all, always be thinking, how can I sell more beats? How can I sell more beats? That's a thought that should be in your mind every single day, all day. Even if you're at work on your job and you do something, how can I sell more beats? How can I increase my beat sales? See, that thought starts to lead to answers that you'll start to see different ways. So I'm just giving you a way to mentally program yourself first, and then I'm going to give you some action steps. So first, you got to be thinking to yourself, how can I sell more beats? How can I sell more beats? Now, the second thing you got to do is you got to learn how to sell more beats. So you got to find out where's that information at. Plus, man, that's not rocket science. I know that already. Do you really know that? Because most people think they know that, but they don't realize that you're in your current situation because you lack knowledge on how to do something better, how to do something that will increase your results, how to get to that next level. So the first thing I always do is I always seek out the information. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you my process, and the process I learned from my mentors that all became self-made millionaires. So I'm telling you the process. First thing you do is you keep asking, how do I increase my beat sales? What you're doing is starting to put focus over there. Focus, because most of the time we're unfocused, we're undisciplined, and that leads to a lot of problems with money and a lot of other problems in our life. So just that starts to let our mind focus. Second thing we do is, okay, where's the information on how to get to that next level? And then you go learn, whether you got to buy a course, whether you find it free on YouTube, whether you're talking to somebody, you know, your mentor, whatever it is, you got to say, okay, how do I do this? The third thing you got to do is always you're going to have to increase the amount of people coming and seeing your beats. That's always something that you're going to have to do. You always got to say, how do I increase more artists seeing my music, hearing my music, purchasing my music? Because if they not even know you exist, how are they going to buy something? So if you got 100 artists listening to your beats every day, you say, I'm a beat player, I'm getting 100 hits a day, how do I get 1,000 hits a day? Because if I were to increase to 1,000, then you know you're going to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? And the cool thing is, too, is that there's so many different ways now to reach your artists and reach your customers as a producer that, I mean, it's incredible. You got Twitter ads, you got Facebook, regular Facebook posting, you got Facebook ads, you got Instagram ads now, you got YouTube, free YouTube traffic, plus you got YouTube ads, you got Google AdWords. I mean, there's so many different ways to reach your market. You got direct buys where you go to, you know, mixtape sites or whatever, and you put your banner for your beat site on there, for a small fee. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can take advantage of. And there's so much money out here that, I mean, I'm telling you, you got to take advantage of it. So, Post, what are you doing this whole crazy video for? I'm not going to be long and drawn out for you. But first of all, I got to tell you, you can do it. You can do it. That's the first thing you got to understand. A lot of times what we do in ourselves, we psych ourselves out, we're looking and see other people do it. I mean, there's producers online posting PayPal receipts, making literally $30,000, $40,000 in a single month selling beats online. I mean, they're posting the receipts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not that hard. I posted screenshots of selling 5 beats in a day and stuff like that, how easy it is. But it's just, if you don't know how to do it, then it seems like an insurmountable obstacle. It's like, man, I can't seem to make $3,000 every month consistently. Or I can't seem to get to my next level. It's just so hard. And the reason why is because you're stuck doing the same things you've always done. Now, another thing you need to do is get around other success-minded producers that are already where you want to be. That's the fastest way to get to that next level. And that's called the mastermind. The mastermind. The Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, I think I got it right here on my desk. Think and Grow Rich. One of the best. I mean, I've never heard of a multimillionaire that came from scratch or success in any area say they didn't read that book. Because that book is a classic. And it has the principles. And one of the principles in there is an entire chapter dedicated to the mastermind. And it says in there, clear as day, no one ever acquires riches without use of the mastermind. And then when I first read that, I was kind of a loner, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what do you, I don't mastermind. I do all the other stuff, but I don't need a mastermind. But little did I know, I did need a mastermind, and then I ended up becoming a part of a mastermind, and different masterminds with more people successful than me, and it just naturally I started to become more successful. It was just like, how did that happen? You know, how did you do that, Post? Well, really, it's like a gravitational pull. Most of the time, the people around you are not going where you want to go. If you're a success-minded person, most people around you go to work every day, they chill, and then they go back to work. And thank goodness it's Friday. So if that's what they're doing, and you saying, you know what, I got a dream, I want to be this music producer, I want to be successful, I want to be independent, I want to be, not worry about money, I want money to be flowing in, working with the artists I enjoy, that's a dream. That's a dream, and that's something that's achievable. That's achievable. So the question ain't about whether it's achievable, the question is, okay, how do I get there? Well, the first thing I do is you got to change your circle, man. Change your circle, man, and say, okay, how do I get around people who are like me? Now, the problem with me being a music producer, here's the issue. There's usually not a lot of music producers around us. You know what I'm saying? You're probably one of the only music producers in your area that you really know like that. You may have 1 or 2 friends, but generally we're like the producer of the crew, and there's like artists, we work and dealing with artists all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So how do you find a group of like-minded producers who are successful already and are where you want to be? Well, there was no place to do that. Sometimes they would have these seminars, they don't even have those anymore, like the dynamic producer seminars they'd have, or Shop Money Excel producer conference. So we'd all go to there, spend a lot of money, go there. They were great, but you had to travel, hotel expenses, all those type of things. And it was great. They don't even have those anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, so there's not really a lot of places where you can get and conversate with producers who understand, who are in the same business as you, going through the same struggles, and have overcome and got to that next level. So it's hard to find those producers, especially that are focused on generating income. Now you can find producers who are just focused on making beats, and they tell you, "Oh man, check out my beats," or let's see how hot each other's beats are, and then start kicking game about making the music. But to find a group of producers who are focused on making an income and living and being successful with it, that's a whole other ballgame. Where are you gonna find a group of producers like that? Most producers on the internet, if you look at them, they're always focused on how to get better making beats, sounds, and let's trade sounds, let's pirate some software. That's what a lot of the conversation is. But you have to be around producers who are saying, okay, how do we make a full-time income, and then more than full-time income, really take it to the next level and live our dreams as a producer, major placements, $1 million money, or whatever it is your dreams is. Maybe it's just living comfortably so you can buy your house and stuff like that. It's possible, but you have to see other producers who are doing it, who have done it, and now can talk to you about what to do next. And so this is what I suggest. I suggest joining this live. We're having a Beat Seller Mastermind Friday, April 21st, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Now listen, if you've never been a part of this, if you've been a part of it, you're already about to sign up because you already know what these things are phenomenal. But if you haven't been to one, these are live streams. We do it live. It's all the producers in the chat room. You see me live on your screen, and I'll go over. You can post your link to your beat site, to your My Flashstore player, or to your YouTube, and then we'll critique it live on the air and say, here's some ideas that you can use to increase your sales. Now, here's the benefit of that. One, you have me who's the master at this thing, but you also get ideas and input from other producers who are successful as well, who's making a ton of money, that they can tell you, hey, do this, do that, and they're so helpful. This is a different type of community where nobody's stingy. They're like, yo, man, here goes the help. Because the reason why they're making that money is because I helped them. So they're willing to pay it forward and help you and pay it forward. So that's why it's critical to be on these, because it's not just me telling you. You get other input from all these other producers as well on what you can do to get to that next level. Now, the other benefit is if you're watching another producer stuff get critiqued, that's stuff that you can apply and add yourself. How amazing is that? I mean, where could you get this at? Where are you going to get? You going to go to your work tomorrow and they're going to have a fucking meeting in the boardroom where they're going to have a bunch of producers together? No, there's nowhere to get this at. That's why we're doing this. And I generally get asked 1,000 times a day, hey, can you look at my stuff personally? Could you look at my beat site? Could you give me critique me personally? Now, I can't do it because, again, you got to think there's hundreds of thousands of producers in the Live Off Beats community. So if I were to do that, I wouldn't be able to do nothing else all day but help individual producers. So what we do is every so often, maybe 2 to 3 times a year, we have a live mastermind where I can help you personally live, because you can type in the chat and you can see me and I'll be talking to you and helping you personally get your stuff to the next level. Because I know in my heart that a lot of times you can get courses, you can do that type of stuff, and you got the knowledge, so it's not that you're dumb or that you don't know. It's just sometimes you just need someone to tell you personally, do this and do that, and then you'll be done like that. I experienced that in my own life one time when I was doing some, I think we were selling, not beats, these were drum sounds we were selling. And I was like, man, I'm trying to get to this next level of selling drum sounds. This was a few years ago. And I've been trying to do this thing. And I was making a few dollars. And I'm like, man, how do I get to the next level? I take my mentor and say, yo, how do I sell this thing, right? These drums like this. He said, oh, do this. 1, 2, 3. It was literally one text message. It was probably about 3 sentences. And I did that, and I did 15,000 in sales the next day. So, I mean, that sounds incredible, but I just needed someone to I had the understanding and the basics right, but it was just, he'd been there before, so I just needed him to just say, oh, that's easy. This is how you do that. This is what you're doing wrong. I made a few changes. So that's how incredible business is, especially selling beats online, is that sometimes there's a few changes. It's not that you're doing something completely wrong. That's why the money's not coming the way you want. Sometimes it's just a few changes. You just need to make a tweak here, a tweak there. But you need somebody that's just experienced to just show you. Now, you may say, Postman, this sounds so way out to me. Is this really that important? Well, let me ask you this. Let me just take a stock of everybody in your life. Just think about them. Your cousins, your friends, your brothers. How many of them are successful music producers? I'll wait. You probably can count on no hands. You probably can count on your knuckles because it's 0, right? So if that's the case, how can any of them tell you or show you how to become a successful music producer? They've never seen it. They don't know it. They don't know anybody who's done it. So they don't know. So where are you going to get the information from? Other producers who are successful. How are you going to get around them? That's what the mastermind is about. And here's something incredible that we find with the masterminds. And we've been doing this for years, so it's not nothing brand new. We've been doing this for years. And what we found is this. Every time a producer comes to the mastermind, they always come back the next time, always, and they're always at a higher level. And the reason why, and high level means they're selling more beats and making more money. Why is that? They always talk about how the mastermind gave them a certain type of energy, which inspired them to really go harder and grind. Someone had been burnt out, they had been trying for a while, they've been like, And so for some reason, when you get around all these producers, success-minded, you're getting all this game and knowledge, that energy does something to you, and you just take off like a rocket. This is the way it goes. It's like going to a seminar. Now think about it like this too. A lot of times, producers on the mastermind experience increased beat sales while being on the mastermind. Now, I can't guarantee that or anything of that nature. This sounds way out. Here's my particular opinion or my philosophy on that. So we have this phenomenon that when people come to the masterminds, they log in and they're in that energy. A lot of times, they'll type in, yo, I just sold an exclusive beat out of nowhere. Yo, I just sold a beat for 500. I just sold some beats while I was on this webinar. And it seems incredible, but in my studies, they're in a certain energy that we call the vortex. And when you get in that energy, you just start attracting things to you. You understand the law of attraction? You start to attract things so you can attract beat sales and attract because you're focused on, your energy is so focused on beat sales, so focused on money, and then you start to open up because you see other producers making money, and then you become comfortable, and that energy, some kind of way, then attracts artists to your beat sites and buy beats. You get sales out of nowhere. This is just what people experience. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen for sure, but I'm just saying it's amazing the experiences that we receive when producers join these masterminds. So anyways, man, I'm not going to substitute too much. Again, the spaces are limited. We can't have 1,000 producers on this thing, and everybody in this producer mastermind is serious. That's why we require an investment. It's not free. Postman, if you just want to help us, why don't you just get to it free? We did a free one before, and all the producers were mad because all the serious producers, because it was so many just bullshitters and people who ain't even done nothing, just coming in to see what's going on, casual people. So we don't want to mix everybody up. So a lot of producers told me, yo, don't ever do that again, because, you know, I'm serious. I'm making thousands already. I'm trying to the next level, and we got all these people playing around and stuff because it's free. Who cares? But if someone makes an investment, you know that producer who's right next to you, who's typing, they made the same investment you made, and so they're serious just like you. And so now you have a group, think about it, a whole group of producers who are serious, who invest and are focused on that. Man, I'm telling you, what you're going to, and you can build great relationships with other producers who are serious. I mean, there's been a lot of guys who partnered up in these masterminds. They met each other, they partnered up, and they made great money by coming together in partnerships. And trust me, man, I get emails and tweets and Facebooks and YouTube comments every day from producers who have made money. Like, thank you, man, I made this amount of money. I started with zero. Producers who've gone, and it's not just making money online. See, when you make money, you attract other opportunities as well when you start selling beats, because you never know who's buying those beats and what they're going to do with them. So we got guys who work with Lil Wayne, Rihanna, Young Thug, Rick Ross. These are real credits because they had beats online, marketed it, and then these major artists, people from their camp, found their beats and stuff like that, and they personally made a lot of money. I know a guy who got a deal who sold 10 exclusive beats at a high price to a major. I can't say, you know, the name and everything, but, you know, because they found his beat site. He was marketing and putting his energy over there. So, you know, that's the thing about being on a mastermind. It's not just about getting information. It's a lot of other things that come with it, like networking and being able to see other producers who are successful that inspire you and let you see that it's possible. Where you're going to get around that? You know what I'm saying? Success breeds success. So if you're around other, you'll see every mastermind, we got guys who are making good money, who are doing their thing on these masterminds, and they're a lot of fun. You get to hang out with a lot of other producers. Ultimately, it's fun too. It's not something that just takes a lot of energy. You got to sit there and take notes and be drained. It's like, yo, look, it's fun. There are a lot of producers on there. They're like-minded. We have a lot of fun on these things. Again, it's Friday, April 21st, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. Go down there. You can click down there, register right now. We do have sales and whatnot for if you early bird specials and that type of stuff. If you make it, if you don't make the early bird specials, you got to pay for price. It's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we do the early bird special. So anyways, join that mastermind. Do that right now. Get the early bird special. I'll see you there. I can't wait. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to be releasing some new information too that I ain't put out there yet on how to do things, how to get some sales, how to up your game, charge more, make more, live better, live healthier. So anyways, man, it's Postman. Check out thelawbeats.com. I'll see you at the mastermind. Click down there and get that joint right now. Peace.